Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam review class. Thank you all the devotees for joining in. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So we are continuing our discussion from first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are on chapter 8. We discussed yesterday till till the last verse of the 7th chapter, how Arjun, he cuts off the jewel on the head of Ashwatthama and cuts off the hairs and drives him off. After this, as Krishna, he is preparing to leave from Hastinapur now. We'll start with the 8th chapter. The 8th chapter is entitled, very, very beautiful chapter, Prayers by Queen Kunti. So as Krishna is about to leave the city of Hastinapur, immediately suddenly he saw Uttara comes running and she prays to Krishna. Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyatvat abhayam pashye yatra mrityu parasparam. O Supreme Lord, O Mahayogi, please protect me. Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate. Please protect me, O my Lord, because you are the supreme mystic, greatest of the mystic. And there is no one else who can protect me from this clutches of death. Actually, she's praying is, I am not praying for my life. I am praying for the life of my son. This child will become a great devotee, so please protect him. So what had happened was, after Ashwatthama was released, driven out of the camp, he shot 6 Brahmastras, 5 for killing 5 Pandavas, and the 6th one for the child in the womb of Uttara. And all the Pandavas, they were ready to protect. But 5 Pandavas, 5 Brahmastras, they could not handle. So Krishna had to personally intervene now. So Krishna, by his personal power, he protects all the Pandavas and then he enters the womb of Uttara. In the 12th chapter, we'll hear how Parikshit sees Krishna in the womb of his mother. Angushtamatram amalam spurat puratamaulinam apivyadarshanam shyamam taditavasa samachyutam. Now Parikshit is seeing Krishna in his mother's womb. And then after, actually, Ashwatthama's Brahmastra had actually burned Parikshit. Parikshit was dead. Krishna revived Parikshit Maharaj. And then after that, again, Krishna was about to leave. Then Kunti Maharani comes. And here starts one of the most beautiful sections of Srimad Bhagavatam, the prayers of Queen Kunti. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam Antar Bhiravasthitam. Namaste, I offer my obeisances to you, O my Lord. You are supreme, you are beyond the material nature. You are invisible to all. Nobody can understand who are you. Although you are inside and outside of everyone, but you are covered by the veil of Maya. Maya Javanika Channam. Foolish people can't understand you. Ignorant people can't understand you. You are like a dramatic actor who dresses in such a way that nobody can even understand who are you. So, if greatest of the personalities cannot understand you, how can I understand you, my Lord? Tadha paramahamsanam muninam amalatmanam bhakti yogam vidhanartham katham pashye mahistriya. How can I understand you, my Lord? I am a simple, insignificant lady. Then she offers prayers. She says, my sister and my brother-in-law, they are my brother and sister-in-law are fortunate. Vasudev and Devaki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. She is elder to Krishna. So generally when we take darshan, we first take darshan of the lotus feet. But she doesn't want to embarrass Krishna. So she begins from the navel. Namaha Pankajanaಭಾಯ Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye. 8 parts of Krishna's body are compared to lotus. Netranabhivadan Karayuga Charan Ei Ashtapadma Krishnange Karpura Lipta Kamala Tare Aiche Parimala Sei Ganda Ashtapadmange. His 2 eyes, lotus-like navel, lotus face, 2 hands, and 2 legs. They are compared to lotus. And there's a beautiful fragrance which comes from the body of Krishna. Karpura lipta kamala tara iche parimala. When you mix the fragrance of lotus with camphor, that is the fragrance which comes from the body of Krishna. Then she remembers so many calamities came in our life. Oh Krishna, but you always protected us. Vishan Mahagne Purushad Darshanad Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichrata Mridhe Mridheneka Maharathastrato Draunyastratasyasma Hare Virakshita. Poisoned cake was given to Bhima. They were about to be burned in Lakshagraha. Draupadi was about to be disrobed. They were about to be eaten by man-eating demons. Then they had to stay in forest for 13 years. They had to face so many powerful warriors. And then now you have protected Parikshit. But oh my Lord, I don't want the calamities to end. You can keep on giving me more and more calamities because the dangers are blessings. Because when the problems come, you come to protect us. Interestingly, in many of these situations, Krishna was not there personally. But that is a devotee. A devotee always understands that Krishna is there protecting in all the situations. Vipada santuta sashvat tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yatsyada punar bhavadarshanam. When problems will come, you will come. And when you will come, we will not have to see this material world again. Oh my Lord, the opulences of this world, they are actually danger because they take you away from Krishna. Janma Ishwarya Shruta Shribhir Edamana Madapuman. High birth, good knowledge, beauty, wealth, strength, they intoxicate a person. But oh my Lord, you are a Kinchana Gochara. You can be perceived only by a person who has no possessive mentality. Namo akinchana vittaya, you are the wealth of those who have no possessive mentality. Oh my Lord, there are so many things which are described about you. Your janma and karma, they are completely inconceivable. Nobody can understand. You appear in all the species of life. Tiryan nishish vyadashu tad atyanta vidambanam. One time, I was in Vrindavan. Kunti Maharani is saying, I was in Vrindavan. I saw you were afraid of the stick of Mother Yashoda. It is so very astonishing. So many people, they give different opinions about your birth. Some people say you appear to glorify the Yadu dynasty. Some people say you appeared because Devaki and Vasudeva prayed for you. Others, they say you appear to destroy all the demons. But oh my Lord, all these are not your actual purpose of appearance. You know what is the actual reason for Krishna's appearance? भवेस्मिन् क्लिश्यमानानाम् अविद्या कामकर्मभिः श्रवणस्मरणहानि करिष्यन्निति केचन. People in this world, they are suffering. Klishyamananam, because they are in ignorance. Why they are in ignorance? Because they want to enjoy. You appear in this world to re-establish the principles of Shravana Smarana, the process of devotional service. Oh my Lord, you appear only to glorify the potency of devotional service. Shrinvanti gayanti granantya vikshnasha smaranti nandanti tavehitam jana ta eva pashyantya chirena tavakam bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, sing, contemplate on your pastimes, they certainly see your lotus feet. And then they don't have to see this material world again. Oh my Lord, please don't go. Because you are there, our kingdom is prosperous. Our prosperity is not by the gold and the wealth and the jewels of this kingdom. Our prosperity is your lotus feet. Because when you walk in Hastinapur, Hastinapur is marked by your footprints. So therefore, oh my Lord, please don't leave. Neyam shobhishyate tatra yathedanim gadadhara tvatpadairankita bhati swalakshana vilakshitai. Acharya says that it seems that Krishna sometimes walks without slippers even in Hastinapur. That's why Hastinapur is marked with the footprints of Krishna. Oh my Lord, I have only one desire. Let my mind and consciousness flow towards you just like Ganga flows towards the ocean. I don't want anything else. In this way, she ends her beautiful prayers by summarizing the glories of Krishna. Shri Krishna Krishna Sakha Vrishni Rishabhavani Druk Rajanyavam Sadhanana Pavarga Viryaha गोविंद गोद्विज सुरार्ति हरावतार योगेश्वराखिल गुरो भगवन नमस्ते. Beautiful names, Krishna's names. And how Krishna responds by the prayers to the prayers of Kunti? He just smiles. Smile of Krishna is sufficient remuneration for all the services of a devotee. It completely satisfies the mind. Now, Krishna is again about to leave. Now, Yudhishthir Maharaj comes. Yudhishthir is really disturbed. He's thinking, I am the cause of this entire massacre. Because of my ego, I wanted to become the king of the world. Just see, crores of soldiers are killed. Everybody is trying to convince Yudhishthir. Vyasdev, Dhaumya. Even Krishna is standing right in front. He is trying to convince him. He is not able to convince Yudhishthir. Krishnena Adbhuta Karmana. This is the astonishing work of Krishna. What is so astonishing? Krishna, who is in the heart of Yudhishthir, is telling Yudhishthir, don't listen to Krishna who is in front of you. Why Krishna is doing this? Because Krishna wanted to glorify his great devotee Bhishma. Krishna takes all the Pandavas, he tells them, please dress in royal clothes. He takes all the Pandavas to Bhishma. Starts the 9th chapter, the passing away of Bhishma Dev in the presence of Lord Krishna. All the Pandavas, they reach the place where Bhishma was lying down on the bed of arrows. And as Bhishma sees all the Pandavas, Yudhishthira Maharaj dressed in royal clothes, nobody goes to hospital in a very opulent dressing. Here Bhishma is about to leave his body and Krishna tells Pandavas, please dress royally. Because that gives the greatest pleasure to Bhishma. Bhishma was only waiting for this moment. All the Pandavas are in front. Bhishma welcomes them. Desha Kala Vibhagavit, according to time, place, circumstance, he welcomes them. Aho kashtam aho anyayam yadiyuyam dharmanandanaha jivitam narada klishtam vipra dharma achyutashraya. Oh, it is so very terrible that you all Pandavas suffered so much. Actually, you did not even deserve to live in those situations, but you are always protected by Vipra, Dharma, and Achyuta. You are protected by Brahmanas, Krishna, and Dharma himself. Please don't lament for whatever has happened. It is all will of the Lord. It is all time factor. Sarvam kala kritam manye bhavatam chayad apriyam. Just like the clouds are carried away by the wind, in this world everybody is carried away by the force of time. Just see, you had everything, O Yudhishthir. Yatra dharmasuto raja, gadapani vrikodara, krishnastri gandivam chapam, surit krishna tato vipat. What can be a better combination than this? Dharma personified is there. Skill personified, Arjun. Power personified, Bhima. And on top of all, Krishna is himself there. Tato vipat. Still problems came. Nobody can understand why this is happening because it is the Supreme Lord working. Even great learned scholars are bewildered. Nahyasya karhi chitrajan puman ved vidhitsitam yad vijigyasaya yukta muhyanti kavayopihi. Therefore, please accept it as the plan of the Lord. Prabhupada writes, the best policy is simply to abide by the orders of the Lord without argument. Please accept the plan. And Yudhishthir may say, well, I can ask the Lord, right? He's standing right in front. Bhishma says, even if you ask, he will not tell. And even if he tells, you will not understand. Therefore, just accept the plan. After speaking all this, again Bhishma focuses on the Lord. And he says, oh my Lord, please stay till the time I don't leave my body. Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshatam. Please do pratiksha, oh my Lord. As I leave my body, I want to take your beautiful darshan. Yudhishthir Maharaj, inspired by Krishna, he asks questions to Bhishma Dev. Can you please describe and enlighten us on the principles of devotional service, on the principles of ruling the kingdom? Bhishma, he starts speaking. Beautiful, beautiful philosophy. He spoke on many, many topics. Dana dharman, Raj dharman, Moksha dharman, Vibhagasha, Stri dharman, Bhagavat dharman, Samasa Vyasa Yogata. He spoke on the principles of charity, on the principles of ruling the world, how one should practice devotional service, so many things. And then after speaking all this, Bhishma, he stopped speaking. That great personality who spoke on so many subject matters, he stopped speaking now. He focused his mind on the Supreme Lord and he started offering beautiful, beautiful prayers. In those prayers, he tells Krishna, what can I give you now in this situation? Let me give you the gift of my thoughts, my prayers. He focuses his mind on the beautiful form of the Lord and he starts remembering all the things. He remembered how he was shooting arrows and Krishna's body was filled with the arrows of Krishna. Blood was coming out, mixed with the sweat of Krishna. Bhishma, he is a devotee in Viraras. So therefore, for him, this form, Parthasarathi, is the most attractive form. He remembers how Krishna, he eradicated the ignorance of Arjun, how he broke his own promise to protect Arjun. And then, in the end, he remembers the gopis and the beautiful Vrindavan pastimes. He remembers how Krishna was glorified in Rajasuya Yajna. After offering beautiful prayers, Bhishma, he realizes that sun has gone in Uttarayan. That supreme, that great personality who spoke on thousands of subjects, he stopped speaking, focused his mind on the Supreme Lord, and he attained liberation. He attained Nirvikalpa Samadhi. All the sages, all the kings, all the great personalities, they offered obeisances and they all now left. Yudhishthira Maharaj started ruling the kingdom as instructed by Bhishma and Krishna. Bhishmoktam atha achyut uktam. Shonakadi rishis, now they inquire about the rule of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Suta Goswami starts replying that the kingdom of Yudhishthira Maharaj was such a beautiful kingdom. The prosperity of Yudhishthira Maharaj's kingdom, it was unparalleled. Everything was abundantly available. Kamam vavarsha parajanya sarva kama dughamahi shishishu sma vrajan gavo payasodha swati muda. Kamam vavarsha parajanya, the clouds showered all the water needed. The earth was giving all the grains. Even cows were so happy they would pour the milk without being milked. That is the situation of happy cows. The trees and the rivers and the forests and the ocean, everything was providing. Everybody was happy. It is described. Suta Goswami says there was no misery in the kingdom of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Nadhayo vyadhaya klesha. Now, Krishna is about to leave Hastinapur. Everybody is really disturbed, sad. Although Krishna stayed for some more months to pacify all the relatives, but who can bear separation from Krishna? Especially Pandavas. For Pandavas, Krishna was their everything. Krishna was their life and soul. Whatever they were doing for Krishna's pleasure. Krishna was their wealth. As Krishna was leaving, for Pandavas, it was as if a billionaire is losing all his wealth. Satsangan mukta dusango hatum nutsate buddha कीर्त्यमानं यशो यस्य सकृता कर्ण्यरोचनम् तस्मिन्यस्तधिया पार्थ सहेरन्विरहं कथं darshan sparsh sanlapa shayanasana bhojane. Anybody who gets association of devotees, they cannot bear separation from them. How can Pandavas bear separation from the Lord of the devotees? They spent all the time with Krishna. Darshan, Sparsha, Sanlapa, Shayana, Asana, Bhojana. They were doing everything with Krishna, eating with Krishna, moving around with Krishna, lying besides Krishna, talking to Krishna always. It was intense for them to leave. Everybody was crying. The ladies, they were trying to hold their tears because it is not auspicious if somebody is leaving. As now Krishna is on the highway of Hastinapur in the city, the ladies climb on the rooftops. They start talking about Krishna. And their talks are more attractive than the hymns of the Vedas. Sarva Shruti Manohara. They start describing, oh, just see, this personality is Supreme Lord, he is a source of Brahman. The ladies glorify Dwarka, Vrindavan, Mathura. Ahovalam shlagyatamam yadokulam. Ahovalam punyatamam madhuvanam. Yadesha pumsa rishabha shriyapati. Swajanmana chankramanena chanchati. Just see, Yadu dynasty has become supremely glorified because Krishna appeared in Yadu dynasty. He has walked in Mathura and Vrindavan. In this way, Krishna, he smiles in reciprocation to all these wonderful greetings. He leaves. He enters Dwaraka. 11th chapter starts. He blows his beautiful Panchajanya. Panchajanya was like a swan in midst of lotus flowers. The hands of Krishna are reddish like lotus flower. All the Dwarkavasis, when they hear the conch shell of Krishna, they immediately recognize. So like we recognize, in our temple, if somebody blows conch, we recognize who is blowing because everybody has a different way of blowing the conch. When Krishna blows his conch, all the Dwarkavasis, they immediately run, bringing different gifts. Who can give gift to Krishna? It is like showing lamp to the sun. Raver Deepam Ivadrita. All Dwarkavasis, they start offering beautiful, beautiful prayers. Natasmate nath sadangri pankajam virincha vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam shemamihechatam parana yatra kala prabhavet paraprabhu. Oh my Lord, you are worshipped by Indra, Chandra, all the Devtas, Brahmaji. You are beyond time factor. Oh my Lord, we pray that you please bestow your blessings on all of us. You are our mother, father, you are our worshipable deity. You are everything for us. Actually, when you are not here, we felt like we have become anath. Now we have become sanath. When you glance on us, your beautiful, loving glance nourishes us. Oh my Lord, how can we bear separation from you? You please don't travel. You travel a lot. Sometimes you go to Mathura, sometimes you go to Hastinapur to meet your relatives, your friends. Please stay here. Katham vayam nath chiroshite tvai prapanya drishtya khilatapaşoşanam jivem te sundarhasa shobhanam apashyamana vadanam manoharam. After receiving all these wonderful greetings and prayers and gifts, Lord enters the Dwarka. All the family members of Krishna welcome him, embraces Krishna. Some embrace Krishna, some offer respects to Krishna. And everybody is looking at the beauty of Krishna. Although Dwarkavasis, they had seen Krishna so many times, but Krishna's beauty never fades. Nityam nirikshamananam yadapi dwarakaukasam na vitripyanti hidrisham shriyo dhamangam. Anybody who has seen the beauty of Krishna, they have tasted the glories and the mellows of devotional service, they can never leave it. Na vitripyanti, they were never satisfied seeing Krishna. They were not thinking, Krishna comes every day from his palace to Sudharma assembly. They will eagerly wait. For all the Dwarkavasis, it was a festival for their eyes. Rajamarge gate Krishne Dwarakayam Kulastriya Harmyani Aruruhur Viprata Ikshana Mahotsava. It is festival, Mahotsav. To see Krishna is a festival. It is Netrotsav. Krishna enters his palace. All the queens, they looked shyly. They sent their children to embrace Krishna. All the queens, for them, although they were with Krishna, but for them, Krishna's lotus feet, they were always new. They were trying to attract Krishna by their loving glances, by their shy smiles. But who can attract Krishna by external beauty? Krishna is attracted only by devotion. Although Krishna is dealing with this material world, he's dealing with his wives, but he's never affected by any of the material modes. Etadishanam ishasya prakristhopi tadgunai na yujyate sada atmastair yatha buddhi tadashraya. The great devotees of the Lord are also not affected like the Supreme Lord. In this way, Krishna entered the palace. 12th chapter starts. There are 4 questions of Shaunakadi Rishis. What is the history of Bhagavatam? Describe the activities of Parikshit Maharaj. Please tell about Shukdev Goswami and how the meeting took place. Suda Goswami begins in the 7th chapter. And after killing the sons of Draupadi, Ashwatthama was captured, and then ultimately Kunti came, offered prayers. Yudhishthir Maharaj then came, then he was taken to Bhishma, and then Krishna left from Hastinapur, entered Dwarka. It was a big detour. So Shaunakadi Rishi again remind, can you please tell us about the birth of Parikshit? You told about the birth of Parikshit. You told about the protection of Parikshit, but you then went on a detour. Can you please tell us about Parikshit Maharaj? Tasya janma mahabuddhe karmani cha mahatmana nidhanam cha yathaivasit sapretya gatman yatha. His birth is astonishing. His activities are wonderful. And his death is glorious. Can you please tell us about all this? So Suda Goswami starts. First, he creates a background. He describes the kingdom of Yudhishthir Maharaj again. Yudhishthir Maharaj was such a great king. He had no desire for personal sense gratification. His life was only for Krishna's service. He was so opulent that his fame reached even heaven. Even Devtas would envy the prosperity of Yudhishthir Maharaj. And when Ashwatthama shot Brahmastra, Krishna entered the womb of Uttara, and Parikshit saw Angushtamatram Amalam, very small form of Krishna, very brilliant, having helmet. He has Gada in his hand. Paribhramantam Ulkabham, he was moving his Gada like a firebrand, protecting Parikshit. And in this way, Parikshit was protected. Parikshit was born. Such wonderful festival. Brahmanas were invited. They were given charity. All the Brahmanas, they did lots of yajna. They predicted the qualities of Parikshit Maharaj, so many wonderful qualities. He was compared to the greatest of the personalities, Brahma, Shiva, even Vishnu, many, many wonderful things. And then the Brahmanas, they say, this child will be known as Parikshit. Tasman namna Vishnurata iti loke bhavishyati na sandeho mahabhago mahabhagavato mahan. He will be known as Vishnurat, one who is protected by Lord Vishnu. Na sandeho mahabhag, don't doubt, he's a great, fortunate personality. Mahabhagavata is a great devotee of the Lord. When Parikshit, he was born, he would always search, who is that person who I saw in the womb of my mother? Pariksha, he was doing examining. That's why he was known as Parikshit. Now, Suda Goswami, he had to describe about the death of Parikshit and the activities of Parikshit. For describing the activities of Parikshit, first he should be enthroned. Before he is enthroned, Yudhishthir has to retire. Before Yudhishthir retires, Dhritarashtra has to leave. So he describes how Dhritarashtra quits his home. So there is a wonderful flow, but it is not in chronological sequence. Dhritarashtra, why he quits home, and why Vidurji comes. So Suda Goswami describes that Vidur, he returns from pilgrimage. So returns from pilgrimage, why he went to pilgrimage? That is described in third canto. We'll hear tomorrow. Duryodhan insulted Vidurji, he left. And then, meanwhile, Uddhava, he met Krishna in Prabhas. That time Maitreya was also there. Maitreya heard the discussion between Uddhava and Krishna. And Vidurji then met Uddhav. Vidurji told, can you please explain about your conversation with Krishna? With Uddhava directs him to Maitreya. Then Maitreya Vidur Samvad goes on for 2 cantos. And then Vidurji thinks so many great kings I've heard about. I've heard about Prithu Maharaj, Prachina Barhi, Prachetas, Uttanapad, Anga Maharaj. They have all renounced the world. There is one king who is still attached. I should help him. That is Dhritarashtra. That's how the first canto, 13th chapter begins. So Vidurji, as he returns, Yudhishthira welcomes him very nicely, offers beautiful worship, offers prayers, glorifies him. He asks, Vidurji, where all you went? Who all sages you met? Can you please tell us? Can you please tell us about the family of Krishna, Yadu dynasty? Can you please tell about Krishna and Balaram? Bhavadvidha Bhagavata Tirthabhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantasthena Gadabhrita. You don't travel to pilgrimage places to get purified because you are pilgrimage place personified. Because you have Krishna in your heart. Can you please describe where all you went? Vidura described everything, but he didn't reveal the news of disappearance of Krishna. He thought, why should I become the cause of lamentation? No, we should not be eager to become the messenger of bad news. News will be given automatically in due course of time. Why should we become the instrument? Vidurji, he had come with a mission. He started instructing Dhritarashtra in a very strong way. What are you doing, O Dhritarashtra? Just look at your condition. You're already blind, now you've become deaf also. You can't digest anything. When you breathe, all the sounds come out. Andha pureva badhiro mandapragyasya sampratam vishirna danta mandagni saragam kafamudvan. Just get out of this kingdom. Get out of this palace. You are living like a dog. Bhima pavarjitam pindam madatte grihpalavat. Just leave this place. Very strong instructions. Ultimately, Dhritarashtra, he leaves along with Gandhari. Vidurji also leaves. And Yudhishthir, he comes to know, he laments, oh, I think I didn't take care of them properly. Narad Muni comes, he consoles Yudhishthir, you don't worry. Everything is happening by the plan of the Lord. Yudhishthir, he becomes pacified. 14th chapter is entitled as Disappearance of Lord Krishna. But interestingly, there is nothing about the disappearance of Krishna in that chapter. What is there in 14th chapter? The emotions of Yudhishthir Maharaj as he is fearing the disappearance of Krishna. Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is thinking that Arjun has gone to see the Lord and many months have passed by. He is not returned. Yudhishthir starts seeing all the inauspicious moments. And Yudhishthir is intelligent enough to understand what must have happened. Because Narad Muni also had told Yudhishthir, you also please wait and stay till the disappearance of Krishna. He started suspecting, maybe Krishna has gone. So many bad omens. His left hand is twitching. The deities in the temple, they appear to cry. Everything is inauspicious. And then he sees Arjun return. Arjun, his head was down, tears were gliding from his eyes, very morose, dejected. What happened, Arjun? How are all the family members of Krishna? How is Krishna and Balaram? Can you please tell us? And why are you so sad? He asks many things. Is your health all right? Did somebody disrespect you? 10 reasons, he asks. This whole chapter is just speculation of Yudhishthir. Because Yudhishthir doesn't want to accept this fact that Krishna has gone. It's just like if somebody buys a new iPhone, latest model, and his friend comes and says, can you please give me for 1 hour? And then after 1 hour, he comes and says, oh, actually, मैं road पे जा रहा था and somebody came and hit me on the back and your mobile fell. As soon as mobile fell, टूटा तो नहीं होगा ना? Although there are chances that something must have happened. But still, the mind is not able to accept. Yudhishthir knows that Krishna must have disappeared. But his heart is not able to accept. Ultimately, he asks, has Krishna left? And Arjun, he recalls, he tells, oh Yudhishthir, I have become bereft of my greatest friend. Vanchitoham Maharaja Harina Bandhurupina Yena me aparitam tejo deva vismapanam mahat. I could astonish even Devtas by the powers of Krishna. He starts remembering. Such a great devotee Arjun is. He's not taking credit for any of the thing he has done. He remembers so many instances. He remembers how he won the hand of Draupadi, how he could defeat Indra in his fight. how he protected Khandava forest and defeated Indra, how Draupadi was saved, how Bhima killed Duryodhan, how Karna was killed, how he could even please Lord Shiva and get Pashupatastra. He says all of this was mercy of Krishna. He remembers his beautiful experiences and time he spent with Krishna. नरम्याणि उदार रुचिरा स्मित शोभितानि हे पार्थ हे अर्जुन सखे कुरु नंदनेति संजल्पितानि नरदेव हृदि स्पृशानि स्मरतुर्लुठन्ति हृदयं मम माधवस्य. How I would smile and talk to Krishna. He would joke with me. He would sometimes call me, address me, O son of Pritha, O Kurunandana. I would dine with Krishna, talk to Krishna, move around, spend time with Krishna. Oh, Yudhishthir, now I have become bereft of my dearmost friend. What is the use of this Gandiva? It is the same Gandiva, same chariot driver, and I am the same warrior. But still, everything has become null and void. I have lost all my power. It is useless, just like if somebody sows seeds on a barren land, if somebody puts oblations on ashes, if somebody moves a magic wand, it is all useless. O Yudhishthir, Maharaj, Krishna engaged his family members to fight amongst each other. Just like a bigger fish swallows the smaller fish, the Yadus, they destroyed each other. But now, then Krishna's Arjun says very interesting, very important. He says, now I am finding relief in the instructions of Krishna, which he gave me on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The instructions of Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Deshakalartha-yuktani ritta-popa-shamani cha haranti prasabham chittam govinda avihitani me. That's how we have to find shelter in Bhagavad Gita. Even Arjun, the greatest of the devotees, finding shelter in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita has everything. So Arjun focuses on instructions of Krishna and attains transcendence. As soon as Yudhishthir hears this, he plans for his retirement. Doesn't consult anyone, no meeting, no sabha. Individually, he takes decision. We have to individually decide, how do I want to progress in Krishna consciousness? How intense I want to become. All the Pandavas left. Even Draupadi, Subhadra, nobody asked them also. Prabhupada writes a very powerful line in the 50th verse of this chapter. He says, he gives an example. When flying on airplane, one cannot take care of other planes. Everyone has to take care of his own plane. Similarly, at the end of life, when one has to go back to garden, one has to take care of himself. Nobody will help. The spiritual master, father, mother, relatives, friends, nobody will help at the time of death. All the instructions will be given when we are alive. At the time of death, we have to remember Krishna. They will just tell us, remember Krishna, but we have to remember Krishna. In this way, Pandavas, they all retire. Now, Sud Goswami starts the description of Parikshit Maharaj's kingdom. Yudhishthir made Parikshit the king. He left. Shaunaka Rishi asks, can you please tell us more about Parikshit? We have heard that Parikshit, you told Parikshit performed sacrifices and he punished Kali, who was torturing a cow and a bull. Why he didn't kill that Kali? Why only punishing? Sud Goswami starts. Parikshit Maharaj, He saw the anomalies. He saw the Kali invading. He prepared his army and went on excursion. He traveled all over the Bhumandal, all over Jambudvipa, and established the supremacy of Krishna, established the principles of devotional service. Wherever he went, he heard about the glories of Krishna and he heard about the glories of his grandfathers, Pandavas. Saratya Parashad Sevana Sakhya Dautya Virasananugamana Stavana Pranaman Snigdeshu Pandushu Jagat Pranatim Cha Vishnu Bhaktim Karoti Nripatis Charanarvinde. He remembered all this. He heard all this. He would hear how Pandavas, they were so very dear to Krishna. Krishna was doing everything for Pandavas. He was becoming their chariot driver, messenger. He was their protector, practically everything. As he was moving around, at one place, he saw bull and cow discussing. The bull, actually, Parikshit Maharaj, as he is wandering in his kingdom, at one place this is happening. Mother Earth in the form of a cow and Dharma personified in the form of a bull, they are discussing. Dharma bull has 3 legs broken. There are 4 legs of Dharma. Satyam, Shaucham, Kshama, Daya. The 4 principles. Truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, and purity. Satyam, Shaucham, Shama. Shama means austerity. Dharma asks that, why are you lamenting? Are you lamenting seeing my condition? Or are you lamenting because the Brahmanas, they are now under the control of the kings? So many things. And then he asks, are you lamenting because Krishna has disappeared? Mother Earth, she says, how can I bear separation from Krishna? She was the one who had maximum association of Krishna. And the one who gets the maximum, he laments the most. Mother Earth is remembering the qualities of Krishna. She's remembering how he would control even the temperamental queens like Satyabhama by his loving words. Kavasaheta viraham purushottamasya premavalokaruchirasmitavalgujalpai stairyam samanamaharan madhumaninam romotsavam mamayadam rivitankitaya. When Krishna traversed on my surface, I would be in ecstasy. All the trees, they are like my hair standing on end. As they are talking, Parikshit arrives there. He sees this low-born, low-class Shudra dressed like a king, hurting the bull and mother cow. He's prepared to kill. And before killing, he asks Dharma, bull, who has done this to you? Dharma bull says, I don't know. I don't know who is the cause of my suffering. It is very difficult to ascertain. Some people say Daiva, some people say Karma, some people say mind, some people say nature. You decide. Parikshit says, definitely I can understand. You are Dharma. That's why you can speak all these wonderful words. Immediately, he gets ready to kill this Kali personified. Kali, he gives up his royal dress immediately, surrenders. He says, please give me a place to stay, because now Kali has surrendered. Parikshit could not kill him. Parikshit says, you can't live in my kingdom. Kali says, entire world is your kingdom. Please give me some place to stay. Okay, Dyutam panam striyasunam, wherever intoxication, gambling, illicit sex, meat eating is going on, stay there. You are giving me 4 places, but they don't exist in your kingdom. Please give me something else. Okay, please stay wherever excess accumulation of gold is there. And then Parikshit, he reestablished the principles of dharma. Parikshit, he was a realist. Realist means one who sees the essence, good thing in everything. Nanudveshti kalim samrat saranga iva sarabhuk kushalani ashu siddhyanti netarani kritanyat. He saw in Kali Yuga, even good things done in the mind will give effect. And the bad things have to be committed. So in this way, Parikshit, he established the principles again. Now the sages of Naimisharanya, they thought, Sudha Goswami is about to end, it seems. They glorify him. Can you please tell us more? By your association, we are getting such nectar. As we started this yajna, 1,000-year yajna, you know what is the only gain we have? Our faces have become black. Dhumra dhumratmanam bhavam. But you are making us drink this nectar of Harikatha. Apayati Govinda Pad Padma Savam Mudhu. What can be a greater, better combination than this? You are such a great devotee of the Lord, expert in Bhagavatam. We are eager to hear and we are discussing Krishna Katha. Tanno Bhavan Vai Bhagavat Pradhano Mahatamaikanta Parayanasya Harerudaram Charitam Vishuddham Shushrushatam No Vitanotu Vidwan. Please speak more. Sud Goswami continues. One time, Parikshit, he was in the forest. He felt hungry and thirsty. He reached the hermitage of Shamik Rishi, who was absorbed in meditation. Parikshit asked, can you please give me some water? But Shamik was absorbed in meditation. He didn't even listen. Parikshit became really angry. And in anger, he picked up a dead snake which was lying at a distance with his bow and put it around the shoulders of Shamik Rishi. One should not think that, how can Parikshit do this? He is such a great devoted king, Rajarishi. It is all plan of the Lord so that Bhagavatam can be spoken. He left. As he was leaving, as he left, he was thinking, why did I do this? He started condemning himself. Meanwhile, son of this Shamik Rishi, 5 years old boy, Shringi, came to know, and he started criticizing and insulting Parikshit. These Kshatriyas, they are supposed to be on the doorsteps of Brahmanas. They are like watchdogs. Who has given them right to enter the house of a Brahmana? These kings, they have become polluted by Kali. I curse Parikshit. He will die in 7 days by the bite of Takshaka. He comes back. And Shamik Rishi, he is oblivious. This boy comes back, he sees the snake around the neck of his father, he starts crying. Shamik Rishi opens his eyes, just throws the snake away. And then son told what he did. Said, why you did this, oh my son? Parikshit was such a great king. Dharmapalo, Narpati, he is Mahabhagavata. You should not have done this. He sent his disciple Gaurumukha, please go and inform Parikshit. Meanwhile, the last chapter. Meanwhile, Parikshit, he is expecting punishment. If I will not go through the punishment, my family will suffer. he came to know that he is cursed to die in 7 days. He gives up everything, goes to the bank of Ganga, and decides to fast till death. The news spreads all over the universe. He is not an ordinary person. He is the great king of entire Jambudvipa. Big rishis come. Atri, Vashishta, Chavana, Arishtnemi, Bharadwaj, Angira, Parashar, Parshuram. Everybody is there. Vyasdev is there. And Parikshit Maharaj, he speaks three beautiful verses. He says, "We are so fortunate that all of you have come." Who will call himself fortunate if he's about to die in 7 days? But Parikshit Maharaj knows the greatest fortune is association of great sages. I was so very attached to my family. Krishna has appeared in the form of the curse of this Brahmana boy. But I don't fear. O great sages, please keep on singing the glories of Krishna. Tamopayatam pratiyantu vipra ganga cha devi dhritachitamishe dujopasrishtam kuhakastakshako vata shatvalangayata Vishnu gatha. All of you, please keep singing the glories of Krishna. If I have to take birth again, I want three things. I want association of devotees. I want a chance to chant the glories of Krishna and give me compassion for everyone. All the sages, they acknowledged, they said, "You have taken a great decision, very good." Parikshit Maharaj inquires, what is the duty of everyone in all circumstances? And what is the duty of a person who is about to die? They were thinking how to answer this question. Meanwhile, Krishna inspired Shukdev Goswami to come there. Parikshit Maharaj and all the assembly members welcome Shukdev Goswami. Parikshit says, "We are so fortunate. I am so fortunate. Krishna has sent you because I am related to Pandavas." He is not saying, "I am such a great devotee." That is the humility of a devotee. He says, "Oh Shukdev Goswami, just by remembering you, one can get purified. Yesham samsmaranat pumsam sadhyo shuddhyanti vaigrihat kim punardarshan sparsha padashauchasanadibhi." By some great fortune you have come here. Can you please tell me what one should hear, what one should chant, what one should do, and what one should worship, and what one should not do, not chant, not hear, not worship? Can you please tell me all this? It is my great fortune that you have come here because you stay only for the time of milking of a cow. So Suta Goswami says, hearing all these wonderful words of Parikshit, now Shukdev Goswami starts answering. That's the end of the first canto. Second canto. Second canto establishes the supremacy of Bhakti Yoga. It has beautiful description of creation and it has description of Brahma and Narada. And so many wonderful things we'll see in brief. So Parikshit inquired, "Can you please tell me what is to be heard, chanted, remembered?" Shukdev Goswami, he glorifies. Varyaneshate prashna krito loka hitam nripa atmavit sammata pumsam shrotavyadishu yaparaha. O king, your questions are itself glorious. Varyaneshate prashna, because they are for the welfare of people in general. Krito lokahitam. Atmavit sammata, they are approved by all the transcendentalists. and they are worth hearing. You have asked what one should not hear? I'll tell you. People in this world, they are just absorbed in the topics of the world. They have thousands of things to talk about. Shrotavyadini Rajendra Ninam Santi Sahasrasa. They are all blind to the matters of absolute truth. They just spend their day working and they spend their night sleeping or enjoying. For a materialistic person, they never inquire about the real problems of life. They are only busy with 8 things. Deha apatya kalatra adishu atma sainyashu satswapi tesham pramatto nidhanam pashyannapi na pashyati. They think their husband, wife, body, children, wealth, property, they are my army. They will protect me. But they don't understand they are all infallible. They are all fallible soldiers. The army will not stay. What you should chant, what you should remember, Tasmat Sarvatmana Rajan Hari Tasmat Bharat Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Smartavyascha Ichchata Abhayam. Please hear, chant, and remember the glories of Krishna. That is the only thing which can give fearlessness. For fear of a sadhaka is, will I be able to control my senses? Shukdev Goswami says, please don't fear. Krishna is Ishvara. He is a supreme controller. Just focus on what you can do. Focus on the principle of bhakti and be fearless. Parikshit Maharaj may say, well, you have given such a sectarian answer, all will not accept. Is it for Gyanis, Yogis, everybody? Shukdev Goswami says, yes, it is for everybody. Etavan Sankhya Yogabhyam Swadharma Parinishthaya Janmalabha Parapumsam Ante Narayana Smriti. Ante Narayana Smriti. Everybody has to do this only. Remember Krishna at the time of death. There are many. So Parikshit says, well, you have made a great statement that all paths end in bhakti. Is there any example? He says, there are many examples. All the great transcendentalists, they ultimately take shelter of Krishna only. Parikshit says, can you give me any example for this? It is too hard to believe. Shukdev Goswami says, I am the example. I heard Bhagavatam and I became, my father Vyasdev told me Bhagavatam. Parikshit says, what is the relation between these two things? I am asking you, who all took shelter of Krishna and Bhakti, and you are telling that you heard Bhagavatam. What is the relation? He said, just hear my background first. Shukdev Goswami says, Parinishthitopi nairgunya uttama shloka leelaya grihita cheta rajarshe akhyanam tat adhitavan. I was fixed in Brahman. I was a self-realized sage. When I heard the glories of Krishna, I was attracted to the pastimes of Krishna. I am the proof. I am the proof that the pastimes of the Lord are sweeter than realization of Brahman. Okay, I understood. But can you please tell me more about these limbs of bhakti? What all things we have to do? And there are many things in this bhakti. Which is the best? Shukdev Goswami says chanting is the best. Etan nirvidyamananam ichchatam akuto bhayam yoginam nripanirnitam harer namanukirtanam. There are so many different limbs, but all the transcendentalists, they have declared nirnitam, nirnay kiya hai. What is that nirnay? Harer Nam Anukirtanam. Chanting the names of the Lord is the best. Parikshit Maharaj may say, Arey Baba, this process is perfect, but I have only 7 days. Shukdev Goswami says, what to speak of 7 days? One moment is enough. It is not about quantity of life, it is the quality of life which matters. Can you give me any example of this? How can somebody perfect his life in a moment? Khatwango Nama Rajarshi. There was a great king, Khatwanga. He went to the heavens and he fought for the Devtas. And then Devtas, they gave him benediction. Khatwanga Raja, he asks, can you please tell me how much time I have there in this body? Devtas, they made the calculation and they said, you have only 2 muhurtas. Khatwanga, he said, please send me to the earth. One muhurta, he came here, and second muhurta, he remembered the Lord and perfected his life. Parikshit, you have 7 days. Please chant. Please remember. Shukdev Goswami says, okay. Parikshit, as he's asking this and Shukdev Goswami is answering, Shukdev Goswami sees that there are many other people in the assembly. There are many jnanis, many yogis. So Shukdev Goswami, he wants to make it relevant for everyone. He is a great preacher. He starts describing what are the other ways one can get liberation. He describes the process of Ashtanga Yoga. He describes the process of Krama Mukti, how a yogi achieves liberation. If he has material desires, how he gets purified. If he has no material desires, how he gets purified. A yogi who has material desires, he can't focus on Bhagwan. He can't focus on Brahman also now. So what he focuses on? He focuses on Virat Rupa. Shukdev Goswami describes the Virat Rupa. In second and third cantos of Bhagavatam, there are 5 descriptions of Virat Rupa. And every time the purpose is different. He describes the various limbs of the Lord corresponding to the 14 planetary systems. Shukdev Goswami says, I'll tell you an example of a person who perfected his life by meditating on Virata Rupa. And that is Brahma himself. After describing this Virata Rupa, Shukdev Goswami, he condemns this path of Karma Kand. He says, why people have to spend so much of their time and energy taking care of this body? Why they have to engage in sense gratification? Nature is providing everything. Just depend on the Lord. Focus on the Supreme Lord. The yogis who are having no material desires, they focus on Paramatma. And he describes the beautiful form of the Lord as the yogi sees in his heart. And then Shukdev Goswami describes in detail this process of Krama Mukti. How this yogi, he focuses on the process of Ashtanga Yoga, focuses on Virata Rupa, and if he is not yet purified, he travels to higher planetary systems and goes to Satyaloka. And then when Brahma leaves this world, he dies. Along with Brahma, he gets liberated. If somebody has no material desires, he can directly enter Brahman. Third chapter starts. In this way, Shukdev Goswami describes, but O Parikshit, sadhana bhakti, the bhakti yoga is the best of all these. Nahi ato anya shiva pantha vishata samsrita viha Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yogo Yato Bhavet. There is no more auspicious path than Bhakti Yoga. And this is not my conclusion. Brahmaji, he studied the Vedas 3 times. Bhagavan Trir Anvikshaya. And he came to this conclusion. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are getting the most powerful and wonderful process. Only thing required is faith. Therefore, O Parikshit, sadhana bhakti is the best of all paths. Tasmat sarvatmana rajan hari sarvatra sarvada shrotavya kirtitavyascha smartavyascha smartavyo bhagavan. Please hear, chant, and remember the glories of Krishna. Anyone who hears the glories of Krishna, he becomes purified of all the contaminations. Therefore, please practice devotional service. And then, Shukdev Goswami, 3rd chapter, he compares Devata worship with pure devotional service. He gives so many different ways of Devata worship. If you want this, worship this Devata. You want that, worship this Devata. But these are all paths chosen by less intelligent people. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also, Antavattu phalam tesham tadabhavati alpamedasam. Parikshit Maharaj says, well, at which stage these Devata worshippers become Krishna worshipper? Shukdev Goswami says it doesn't happen like that. Unless one gets association of devotees, no Devata worshipper will become Krishna worshipper. एतावानेव यजताम इह निश्रेयसोदय भगवती अचलो भावो यद भागवत संगत. Only Bhagavad Sang can give bhakti. Therefore, worship Supreme Lord. Whatever you want, worship Supreme Lord. You want liberation, you want wealth, you want sense gratification, you want bhakti, worship Lord. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo daradhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Please worship Supreme Lord. Shaunakadi rishis, they thought Sut Goswami is about to end, it seems. They again glorify him. Can you please tell us more about Parikshit? He is such a great devotee. He must have asked something more. Please describe, because life is very short. With every rising and setting of the sun, life is destroyed. But for a devotee, he is coming closer to eternal life. आयुर्हरति वै पुंसाम् उद्यमस्तञ्चयन्नसौ तस्यर्थे क्षणौ नीतौ उत्तमश्लोक लीलवार्तया. What's the use of this body? This body, it is anyways going to be destroyed. There is no use of endeavoring for long life. Trees also live long life. The bellows of blacksmith, they also breathe. Somebody may say, but there are people who glorify all the pleasures of this world. He says, Shukdev Goswami says, Saunakadi Rishi says, people who are like Shwa, Vid, Varaha, Ushtra, people who are like dog, pig, camel, and the asses, they glorify people who are similar. They are interested in sense gratification. We should not, glorify this process of enjoyment. The body should be meant for serving the Lord. Otherwise, what is the use of the ears if they are not used to hear the glory of the Lord? They are like the holes where snakes live. What's the use of the eyes if they are not seeing the beautiful form of the Lord? They are like the eyes on the peacock feather, plumes of peacock feather. If somebody is not using his legs to go to the holy places, their legs are like tree trunks. If somebody is not melting in ecstasy, chanting the names of the Lord, please understand that their heart is steel framed. Tadasmasharam hridayam batedam yadgrihyamane harinamadheya ashmasaram. Sudha Goswami, he continues. He describes Parikshit Maharaj, he concentrated his mind on the Supreme Lord and he became completely detached from all the entanglements. There are 8 things which entangles a person. Atma, Jaya, Suta, Agar, Pashu, Dravina, Bandhu and Rajya. Body, wife or husband, children, home, vehicles, wealth and property. Virudham mamatam jaho. It is so very difficult to give up all these things. But Parikshit Maharaj gave up all. Parikshit Maharaj, he asked Shukdev Goswami, "O Shukdev Goswami, whatever you have said, your katha is dispelling my ignorance. Can you please tell about the primary creation and secondary creation?" He said, I want to hear, you said I should hear, chant, remember Krishna's glories. First, I want to hear about the primary and secondary creation. Can you please explain that? Shukdev Goswami, now he starts offering Mangalacharan. Actually, he should have offered Mangalacharan in the first chapter of second canto. But he was so excited to hear the questions of Parikshit Maharaj. He just started answering. Now he started offering his Mangalacharan. He offered prayers to the Supreme Lord, who is the creator, who is the controller of the modes, who liberates the pious devotees, destroys non-devotees. He is the enjoyer of material and spiritual worlds. And then Shukdev Goswami glorifies the process of hearing and chanting. Yat kirtanam, yat smaranam, yad ikshanam, yad vandanam, yat shravanam, tadarhanam. Lokasya sadyo vidhunoti kalmasham tasmai subhadra shravase namo namaha. I offer my obeisances to all auspicious Lord, who about whom glorification, remembrances, chanting, worship, whatever you do for the Lord, lokasya sadyo vidhunoti kalmasham, one becomes purified of all the sins. All the endeavors people do, if they are not dedicating them to Krishna, it is all worthless. Tapasvino dana parayashasvino manasvino mantra vido sumangala Shemam na vindanti vinaya darpanam tasmai subhadra shravase namo namaha. The process of devotional service is so wonderful. Anybody can practice it, however low they may be. Birth does not matter. Bhakti is apratihata. Kirata, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumba, Yavanaka, Sadaya, all these lower castes. Ye Anyecha Papa, all the sinful castes, Shuddhanti, they all get purified. Shukdev Goswami, he starts answering the questions of Parikshit by quoting the conversation between Brahma and Narada. That is the way it is always. In spiritual circles, we always refer to the previous acharyas. Shukdev Goswami continues. One time, Narad Muni came to Brahma and he offered respects. He says, "O Brahmaji, can you please enlighten me? can you please tell me about the transcendental knowledge? I have some questions. What is the characteristic of this universe? He asks 6 questions, which form the remaining second canto. यद रूपम यद अधिष्ठानम यद सृष्टम इदं प्रभो यद संस्थम यद परम यच्च तत्तत्त्वं वद तत्त्वतः. Can you please tell me about the symptoms of this material universe? Yad Rupam, Yad Adhishtan, what is the shelter? Yad Srishtam, how it is created? Yad Param, on whom it is dependent on? Yad Samstham, how it is conserved or annihilated? Yadcha, what is the composition? Oh Brahmaji, I think you are the supreme because you are creating, you are maintaining, you are destroying this world by your own power. You have kept everything in your hand like a amalaki, like a walnut. You know everything about this universe. Kar amalakavad vishwam. You are like the spider. Spider weaves the web, maintains it, and winds up the web by his own power. I think you are the supreme. But I have a doubt. Why are you doing tapasya then? If you are the supreme, why are you doing tapasya? Can you please clarify? So Brahma, he had all the luxury to say, I am the supreme. And nobody would have questioned him also because he is actually one of the supreme. But Brahma, like a very honest Acharya, he tells, thank you, Narad Muni, for asking this question. You have given me a chance to speak about Krishna. Samyak karunikasyeedam vatsate vichikitsitam yadaham chodita saumya bhagavad virya darshane. You have inspired me to speak about the prowess of Supreme Lord. Actually, your question is natural. People, they don't know all these things and they speak like that. Someone may ask, why is Narad Muni asking this basic fundamental question? I also know. Narad Muni doesn't know. Lord puts his great devotees in such confusion so that the knowledge can be given. Narad Muni is the Acharya. He knows everything. Brahmaji continues. He says, actually, I am just creating whatever is already, I am just recreating whatever is created by the Lord. Srijyam Srijami Srishtoham. And I am just amazed to see how the illusory energy of the Lord works. You know how to understand who is bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord? Just watch their words. These people, they only speak in terms of I and mine. Supreme, and the Maya Shakti cannot stand in front of the Lord. Vilajyamanaya yasya sthatum iksha pathe amuya vimohita vikathante mamaham iti durdhiya. Only a person who is bewildered by the illusory energy thinks, this is me, this is mine. You have asked about the symptoms of this material world. Everything in this world is non-different from Vasudev. Dravya, Kala, Karma, Swabhava, Jiva. Whatever you see in this world, it is all Vasudev only. He is the shelter. And the Lord is the law, and everything depends on the Lord. He describes about Jiva Tattva and Vishnu Tattva. And then he describes about the creation, how creation starts. So this is little technical. In just few minutes, I'll speak this technical creation. Brahma, as he now speaks, Mahavishnu, from his bodily pores comes out the dravya or sweat. And Lord glances on this dravya, which is also called as Prakriti or Pradhan, and impregnates this with Jiva, Kal, Karma, and Swabhav. And then the agitation starts under the influence of Kal. The Pradhan gets transformed into Mahatattva under the modes, under the influence of the modes. Mahatattva is primarily in the mode of goodness. That is called as Sutra Tattva. Transforms into mode of passion, then transforms into mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance, Mahatattva is called as Ahankar. Ahankar again transforms under the three modes. Under the modes of goodness, it transforms ultimately into mind and 10 sense devatas. Under the influence of passion, Ahankar transforms into prana, 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas, and intelligence. Under the influence of ignorance, Ahankar transforms into 5 elements and 5 sense objects. This is called as Karana Srishti. Now all the ingredients for creation is ready. Then nothing is happening. Lord sends his energy, which is called as Bibhrat Shakti or cohesive energy. All these elements, they are put together and they form the shell of the universe. This universe lies down in the causal ocean for 1,000 years. The Lord again enters universes as Garbhodakshai Vishnu and expands into Virata Rupa. This is called as Karana Srishti. And then Virata Rupa manifests. So that's how this Yatcha, that's how this creation is described. And then Brahmaji describes another creation, another Virata Rupa, and then he describes how this entire creation is made, how Lord is composed of all the elements given by the Lord. This universe is composed of all the elements given by the Lord only. And in this way, Brahma, he tells, actually, I have seen all this by my eyes. When I wanted the elements to create this universe, I saw that everything is actually coming from the body of the Lord. Narad Muni may say, why should I believe your words, O Brahmaji? न भारती में अंगमृषोपलक्ष्यते न वै क्वचिन्मे मनसो मृषा गति न मे ऋषिकाणि पतन्त्य सत्पथे यन्मये हृदौत्कण्ठ्यवता धृतो हरि. My words, they never go wrong, O Narada. My mind never deters towards sense gratification. My senses, they never get attracted towards the sense objects because Yanmai Ridautkanthyavata Dhrito Hari. I have caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord with great zeal. Then Brahmaji describes how the Lord creates, Lord maintains, Lord destroys. He says, Narada, I have described about whatever you have asked. Wanted to hear about Purusha avatars? I have described. Now I will speak something what is dear to my heart. I will speak about Leela avatars. Pradhanyato yatrishamananti Leela avataran Purushasya Pumna Apiyatam Karnakashaya Shoshan Anukramishye Taiman Supeshan. I shall describe to you all the wonderful transcendental avatars of the Lord. Please hear, because Leela Avatar Katha has 4 wonderful benefits. Karna Kashaya Shoshan. It counteracts all the foul matters accumulated in the ears. That means all the wrong things we have heard, it gets purified. Risha Amananti, it is worshipped by the great sages. It is supeshan, it is pleasing to hear, and is apiyatam, it is meant to be relished. 7th chapter, Brahmaji describes the list of various Leela avatars. So many avatars he describes, starting from Varahadev, Suyagya, Kapila, Dattatreya, Kumara, Naranarayan Rishis, Prishnigarbha, Prithu Maharaj, Rishabdev, Hayagriva, Matsya, Kurma, Narsimha, Dhanvantari, Vama, so many in one verses. And when it comes to Krishna, Brahmaji spends the entire section describing all the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Utana Vadha, Kaliya Daman, Damodar Leela, Govardhan Leela, all the demons which Krishna killed, how Krishna helped Pandavas. That shows how Brahmaji's heart is in Krishna. It describes avatars of Kali Yuga also, Buddha, Kalki, Vyasdev. And then he says, Narad Muni, I am just describing a spark of the splendor. The qualities of the Lord are unlimited. Supreme Lord Ananta is singing the glories of the Lord since the beginning of the creation. He has not come to an end. He describes about Paramatma and Brahman also. Parikshit Maharaj, in the 8th chapter, he asks, can you please tell me about the preaching exploits of Narad Muni? Because Brahmaji, after telling everything to Narad Muni, he told, Twameva Vipuli Kuru. Now please go and preach. And Brahmaji gave a very specific instruction. He said, preach in such a way that it will increase devotional service. So Parikshit Maharaj in the 8th chapter, he described he asked many questions. And the entire 8th chapter describes, it is full of questions of Parikshit Maharaj. And then Shukdev Goswami starts answering the question of Parikshit Maharaj in the 9th chapter. The first question which Parikshit Maharaj had asked, can you please tell me how can there be a relation between Jiva and the matter, the body? Shukdev Goswami says there is no relation. It is all just misconception. We start identifying with the body, and that's how we suffer or we enjoy. Therefore, actually, there is no relation. And then Shukdev Goswami starts describing about the creation of the world, and he'll speak about Chatushloki Bhagavatam. That we will discuss tomorrow, because Chatushloki is very special. So we'll stop here. We'll continue from 9th chapter of the 2nd canto tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for your patient listening. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.